What's up? This is Valentino, the drummer and one-fourth of the band of Mice and Men. Our new album, Another Miracle, comes out November 14th.
Yeah,
Pick it up where albums are sold and stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube Music, wherever you want.
beautiful. Well done. Thank you so much.
You're
Speaking of
welcome.
the new album, is there anything sort of special that you could tell us about it that maybe no one else knows yet?
Hmm. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, we've been talking about the album a lot, so I don't know what, and we're pretty honest with our interviews. We've got nothing to hide. There's nothing really, there's no veil of secrecy about our music.
Yeah.
Um, I've just been kind of saying like it's got just such a great mix of crushingly heavy to beautiful soaring melody to all the spectrum of emotions from happy to sad to it's a journey, and I think something that fans should take away from it is please listen to it front to back.
Okay.
Start at the beginning, get to the end. If you're able to, please buy the album, look at the linear notes, read along the lyrics, go a little bit deeper in a time where I feel like music can be held at face value
Yeah.
and just for, quick immediate consumption. We make music that is deep and layered and nuanced, and put a good pair of headphones on and listen to these songs because it's dense. It's not just drums, bass, guitar, and vocals. There's so many layers. We've used technology, and since we've been self-producing, we have nobody telling us no.
Yeah.
So we're getting deeper. This is like a wedding cake, but
Yeah.
like 10 wedding cakes stacked on top of each other. Like there's just layer after layer after layer after layer. And if that's something that sounds exciting to our audience, please do that. If it's not, just listen to it and take it for what it is. Choose your favorite songs, put them on a damn playlist, and go about your day. But we like to make music that has layers, that is deep for that type of fan that likes that, because that's how we are. Like,
Yeah.
we're first and foremost fans of music who have spent our lives practicing our instruments and learning how to play new instruments and trying to develop our musical chops to be able to express ourselves through music. And I think on our ninth album, we're trying new things, quote unquote, experimenting with new sounds and new technology in order to create music that sounds like of Mice and Men, but sounds like of Mice and Men in the future, And with every album, we like to elevate our performances and elevate the music and the songwriting and challenge ourselves to make something better than the last album.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we strive to do. And somehow, man, not to toot our own horn, but somehow we do it. We finish every album and I go, how the hell are we going to top this? And we do,
You do.
because we try and achieve that through challenging ourselves and collaborating with each other to create something that we haven't really done before. And I think there's so much new sonic landscape that we've discovered on Another Miracle, and we just can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, wicked. And in saying all of that, is there a song on the album that is your particular favorite that stands out to you?
A song specifically?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with the album is it's such a collection of different feelings and emotion and vibes, and each song is different from the next.
Yeah.
Each song is a different, almost like not a different style, because it's all still like alternative and metal and rock and like, but it all just kind of depends on what we're feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm really vibing with the song Troubled Water. I've been playing that one, practicing that one for some upcoming tour dates that we have. And that song is like, it's got a sick groove. There's some cool drumming. That as the drummer, I do have to say I'm really excited for people to hear my drum performances on this album too. I got to get a little saucy on some of the songs and kind of pull out some stuff that I haven't really done in a couple albums. And in my mind, that's kind of like what it's all about. But you
Yeah.
could ask me later today and I'll be vibing a different song. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of music is you put a song on when you're feeling a certain way. You know, you put another song on when you're feeling another way. If you want to get real sad and commiserate with somebody, you put on, you know, a really sad song or something. Or if you want to feel empowered and aggressive and kick ass, like you put on another song. And there's definitely all those different kinds of emotions on this album that I've said it before and I'll say it again with the Mice and Men. There's something for everybody. There's
Yeah.
not just we're not just like one hunting knife. You know, we're a Swiss Army knife. We have all different kinds of tools. Those tools are songs, and we have 9 albums worth of material now that is, you know, there's something for everybody in there because there's so many wide ranges of emotions in this human experience. And that's what we try and write about is just our own experiences that are not special to us. It's something that everybody feels. We all go through these wide array of emotions, and we just do our best to try and communicate our feelings through song in hopes that maybe somebody will hear that song and feel a little bit less alone in the way
Yeah.
and feel a bit comforted in the same way that this music continues to do for us.
Yeah, yeah, great. And whilst all your albums definitely sound like you guys, because of course they would, they all do sound different. I don't know if you feel the same way, but they all do sound different. Was there a particular thing that inspired you guys with this album?
Um, I mean, with every album, as time progresses, there's new bands that we come to find that kind of inspire us. There's new life experiences that inspire us. You know, a lot of this album, speaking on behalf of Aaron, a lot of this album was written before he found out that he was going to be a father.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of songs about finding purpose in life and what is the purpose of life and what is time and what does it all mean. And then he found out he was going to be a father and then wrote these incredibly beautiful songs as a tribute to the daughter who's now living and breathing, but was only an idea and only just um, uh, you know a a growing baby inside his wife, you know what I mean? And like it's just so beautiful these experiences that we're able to share with our audience. And I think as we go through life, finding ways to communicate that through song and through music and through really vibrations and rhythm and just all these kinds of like feelings, um, music being the universal language is something that we're always trying to better ourselves at communicating.
Yeah.
And I think with each album, we are going to always find a different way to communicate that because the songs that are created at those times, they will always exist for that time and we will
Yeah.
never relive that moment. And so I think it's always about constant elevation and constant progression. And not every band has that ethos, and that's totally fine too. Like it's
Yeah.
not like no shade to any other artist, but for us in our band, we're always going to try and elevate the Of Mice and Men sound and progress the Of Mice and Men sound, never in a place that feels forced or different because we're all very much inspired by heavy music. We're all inspired by emotional music. We love the music that we write, and so we're always going to try and find new ways to express ourselves that feels first and foremost fresh to us, where in turn then maybe the audience will be like, oh wow, I've never heard them do this before, but it still sounds like them
Yeah.
because it is still us.
That's
And
it.
I don't know, some bands I can't speak for them, but some bands kind of jump the shark a little bit too much, and we just kind of play to our strengths. You know, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just kind of trying to reinvent ourselves and write music that excites us. And what excites us 2 years ago doesn't necessarily excite us still now. You know, maybe
Yeah.
a certain version of it will, but there's going to be an elevated experience to it and some nuances that we're going to try and change and create in a different way with every new album. And I think that's the way that we're able to make it to album 9 and still
Yeah.
love what we do and still love the collaborative process and still create music that feels meaningful because it is our experiences and we aren't just writing about the same thing over and over and over again or utilizing the same I guess, ideas behind that or tunings or I don't know, all kinds of shit. Like as
Yeah.
musicians, we always kind of want to try new stuff, but we never want to stray too far from the path that we have kind of like forged for ourselves. And we can only really thank the fans and the audience for allowing us the opportunity into their lives and letting our music be the soundtrack to their lives, not just background music to cleaning their flats with or
Yeah.
putting on in the background at work at
Yeah.
a retail job or something like
Oh
that.
no, it's much more than that. Your music is
Thank you
so
so
much more
much,
than that.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And you guys have been going for a while now, so definitely you guys have found that formula that works and it resonates with fans, like you were saying. It's yeah, definitely more than just background music.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, well, music plays such an important role in our lives
Yeah,
that there's absolutely no way that we could do any different,
yeah,
and as fans first and foremost that then became musicians that are continuing on a productive musical journey. I think that it only makes sense that we are always trying to like elevate our performances and bring new material to the table and new exciting things that excite us first and foremost.
yeah,
And we've all collaborated with each other for so long that we all kind of speak the same language and we speak the same language as our fans too because it's really connecting with them and we don't have to try too hard to do that. We just kind of do what we do and we try and better ourselves with every album and it seems like the fans are really connecting with that and it's an incredible feeling and we thank them so much.
Oh, that's so lovely. And I've really got to talk about how you guys are coming back to Australia and we're so excited. How does it feel for you to be coming back here?
Oh, we love it out there. As soon as we found out, we were like, yes, let's do it. And they were like, but this is the schedule you're gonna have. And we're like, if we can hit all those cities and that's how we can do it, then we're doing it. So it's
Oh,
gonna be some hectic travel for us, but we love everyone out there and our audience in Australia so much that we'll do whatever it takes.
oh,
And we're bringing our friends in Crystal Lake. We've been trying to book
yes.
shows with them for quite some time now. So for our schedules to meet up and us to kind of meet in the middle in Australia is going to
Yeah,
be pretty perfect and the perfect storm, if you will.
yeah,
And it's going to be a night of kick-ass music and awesome memories. And we'll be bringing music from our whole discography, all of the fans' favorites, some of our favorites, and some of the new songs too.
yes, yes. Can't wait. Speaking of Crystal Lake as well, they blend so many genres. Has that inspired or challenged you in any way for this tour?
Um, Not specifically to them, but we
Yeah,
do love that about their sound, and we do think it's important, which is why we've been trying to tour with them for such a long time, is they bring their own flavor of metal and alternative music that is different from ours, but similar enough to where we know that both their fans and our fans are going to have an incredible night of music, and to kind of have something where we never want to tour with like, and granted, there probably isn't a band that sounds like just like us, every
yeah,
band has their own sound, but to bring together all these kind of sonic qualities that both of our bands have, we think it really puts together an eclectic and exciting night of music. And that's what it's all about is getting people out, having a night of awesome entertainment and coming out and just kind of like losing it for a night, and having a good time. And they're the perfect band to bring alongside us. And we're so happy that we were able to make that work for sure.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I can only imagine it's just going to be so epic. And you guys have evolved massively over the years. How would you describe where the band is at creatively now as opposed to back then?
Um, I mean, much like people are, can anybody truly say that they are the same person that they were 16 years ago than they are today? You know, when we
Yeah,
started the band, we were in a much different headspace from being musicians to people, you know, and I think as we mature as humans, I think that changes the way the music is too, and how we create, and all of the experiences that we've had in life, not only just as people, but with different record producers and different labels and different, you know, like teams behind us, and all the things we've learned. We try and better those things and elevate how we understand, and then put out music that still continues to excite us. And I mean, it is hard to, I guess, quantify that, you know,
yeah,
or even like, you know, like take a piece of take something somebody wrote, you know, like in school 16 years ago, to something they wrote today. It's going to be completely different. And I think it's kind of all about retaining some of like the passion, and you know, the love for music that has always been there. But I think the experiences in our lives really dictate where we are today, and that is very specific to each one of our journeys in this band, and then coming together and bringing all those experiences and influences and inspirations to our music. And I think even 2 years from now, when we probably put out the next album, it's going to be all new experiences and a whole new elevation of sound, and sonic textures and landscapes and stuff that are going to feel new and fresh to us then, that are only going to be reflective of that time in our life, you know?
yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to reflect on, but I guess if we just keep doing how we've been doing it, which is making honest music about our experiences, we're never going to run out of material, because life happens at 100 miles an hour all the time.
Yeah,
So we're always kind of trying to, and especially now that we've been self-producing our albums,
yeah,
that stream of consciousness creativity rings more true now than it used to, when it would be like, life happens, life happens. We're not making an album. We're not making an album. We're not making an album. Okay, now's the time to make an album. We're always making the new album, because we're
yeah,
always writing music now, and we're always taking those inspirations and writing them down now. And when it comes time to put together the next album, we're kind of digging into our journals
yeah.
or our folders of music, and finding and creating things at that time that are going to be reflective of where we are at that point in our
Point.
life. And as opposed to maybe having something that feels a little more forced, of like, okay, now it's time to write. Well, what do we feel like? You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
well, we've been feeling certain feelings, and maybe let's find a way to express that in a way that is exciting to us. And I think we're always going to do that. And we've had quite a bit of practice doing it ourselves. And not that we won't work with producers in the future, because I think there's definitely a benefit to that. But we're having a good time now collaborating with each other and being our own producer, and using each other as producers to create the music that everyone's hearing. And it seems to be resonating with the audience really well. And we can't wait for everyone to hear the rest of the album when it comes out next week. And I think people are going to be really pleasantly surprised to hear what we're able to come up with all ourselves,
by
you know. And
yourself.
I
That's
think there's a
right.
we have such a huge sense of pride in that,
Yeah,
and appreciation for all of the coaches, producers that have you know, kind of steered us along the way to help find those things within ourselves, to then each other, who kind of, we challenge each other and try to make the best possible music that we can at that point in time. And so I always say, like, whenever we're about to release an album, like I was just listening to the album yesterday, I'm like, man, how the hell are we going to top this?
yeah,
But I said that about the last album, and somehow we did it. And
yeah.
so I'm going to stop questioning it.
That's right.
I'm just going to leave it up to the universe,
Yep.
and know that that life is going to bring forth experiences that are going to influence the next album and the
Yeah.
next body of work. And I'm not really going to worry about how it's going to happen. I just
Yeah.
know that it will.
That's
And I
it.
think that that's a good analogy and a way that we can all look at life is live in the present, experience everything now for what it is. And when it comes time to express that and explain that and be creative, you're going to find a way. You
Yeah.
you have to, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you are just loving that self-producing era that you guys are in. Do you think that'll continue for albums in the future too, that they'll be self-produced?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. It feels like we've really kind of gained our footing. We tried it for the first album on Echo. There was stuff that we liked about that. There was stuff that we felt like we could do better. And much like then to try and elevate that, we did Tether, and that one, there was still stuff that I felt like we needed to um work on there, and we hit a lot of stuff, a lot of like sonic new sonic boundaries on that stuff. And with this album, I feel like Another Miracle really kind of blends those two together and creates something all new and fresh. And I think that it's going to be a an incredible starting point for the next body of work whenever that's going to come. I mean, songs are already being written right now.
That's
I
it.
don't know if they'll make the album, but that's just kind of how it goes with us. We're always writing. We're
Yeah.
always trying to find inspiration when it comes about. And yeah, I guess we'll just time will tell what the next body of work will be, but we're really excited to get to share this one with everybody and feel like we've really hit the nail on the head with um what we're trying to share with the audience, you know?
Yeah.
And there's just so much there. It's such a journey. There's so much yin to the yang. There's so much like melody, but then there's like crushing heaviness and new tunings on guitar and more musical drumming and like vocals that are, you know, Aaron does like an 18-second scream on one of the songs, and he's doing like multi-layered screams and multi-layered melodies and just everything. Like it's all about constant elevation. And I think we're always going to try and achieve something like that with every new song we write. And in turn, that will help shape whatever the album ends up becoming when those songs ultimately become an album.
Yeah, yeah. That's something I really like about you guys too, is that you guys aren't afraid of boundaries. You push yourselves all individually as well. Like you can definitely hear it on your songs, outside the box. And I think that's what has kept you guys going after all these years, to be honest. And look, even if you feel after an album that something hasn't quite worked, you guys seem to improve on that with every consequential album.
Yeah, well, it's not one and done for us, you
Yeah,
know, and I appreciate you saying that too. Thank you so much. But really, it's like, if we didn't hit the nail on the head, you know, fuck it. We'll do another song. You know,
yeah,
it's not like, oh, we're done writing songs. Like we're gonna write music forever, whether
yeah,
it's in a Mice and Men or however. That's just how we are. We all write music, and we're musicians and fans of music first and foremost. And I think as fans of music, we get inspired by that to want to continue to create. And the journey is what inspires us. And so I feel like we're always going to be doing that. And whether we find a collaborative effort with a producer or we continue to self-produce, I think only time will tell with that. And we're not opposed to working with producers.
yeah,
Um, but it seems like us working together, just as the unit of four of us, has been working really well. And I think that that's something that we take a lot of pride in. And we hope that the fans know that when they hear these songs from a Mice and Men, it's us, you know.
yeah,
And in a time we where a lot of people need or want to rely on others to help them write their music. That's totally cool.
yeah,
Collaboration of music is awesome, but
definitely.
we're really having a good time collaborating with each other, and
Yeah,
that's enough for us right now, you know.
yeah,
And hopefully that connects with the fans, and it seems like it has been so far. So it's
yeah,
an exciting time, and we're happy to get to share this music with our fans, and we're really excited to get to come out there and play some of this new music for everybody out there in May. Man, it's a long ways away though. It sucks. I feel like it's like I wish it was in like February.
Yes, yes, I know, me too. But look, like, I mean, I feel this way. I feel like things are moving so quickly. Like, I can't believe it's the November already. Like, that is crazy.
I know, seriously.
Yeah, so it'll be here before we know it, I reckon. Oh my gosh, look at the time. Okay. Last few questions.
Sure.
Sorry, if Of Mice and Men had to cover one totally unexpected song on this tour, what would it be?
Unexpected song. Dude, I don't know. Um, I don't
Or
know.
what?
Unexpected.
Yeah, a song
I
that
don't.
maybe you really like that you have always wanted to play live that's not your own.
Oh, uh, Nirvana Lithium would be a cool one.
Yes.
Which I mean, Nirvana is pretty low hanging fruit. Everyone loves Nirvana, but or Lithium or Heart Shaped Box. One of
Yes.
those. I don't know. Putting a metal. We like putting an of Mice and Men edge on our covers.
Yes.
So in the past, if you've heard them, we don't really like covering songs just straight up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we want to put our own spin on it. We've done a couple, and yeah, I think. I mean, while Nirvana are legendary, I think that that could be something cool. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. We'll see.
Yes. Well, you can credit me for that. And
Yeah.
no, I also think with those songs though as well, they're not like their most popular songs, so you can get
Yeah.
away with covering. It's not so much low-hanging fruit, in my opinion. But yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, that's
yeah.
good to know. I appreciate that.
Okay, and last question. When you think about Of Mice and Men's legacy, what do you hope fans remember most?
Community and just that conversation that we've had for such a long time with each other, from the band to the audience and from the audience to the band. The only way that we've been able to last 9 albums and 16 years is because of our audience and because of our fans that continue to listen to us, that continue to buy our albums and support the band and come out to the shows and experience this and bring their friends and to tell people and to have their friends experiencing it for the very first time. And some people have been coming to see us since our very first time out in Australia in 2012 or 13, I think was one of the first times we went out there.
Hmm.
And it's just incredible. And we owe all of this to them, to our fans. And I think that what people can expect from a Mice and Men is that appreciation and having that community, that when you come to a Mice and Men show, you're you're there with family. The people that you're in the audience with are people just like yourself, that have those same feelings as you, that connect with music that same way. And knowing that those people, us that are on that stage, are exactly like the people in the audience, because we are fans first and foremost. We've just practiced our instruments for a very, very long time,
Yes.
and it's still challenging for us, but it is something that we've built unintentionally, a community of fans and appreciators of music, that I think is something that is an incredible byproduct of this alternative style of music. It's not for everybody. It's becoming more mainstream now, but it's because people want something deeper. They
Yeah.
want something more nuanced. They want to feel seen by music. They don't just want to mask all the bullshit that happens, that we experience as humans. They want to face it head on.
Yeah.
And I think there's something beautiful about the community that this music has created and continues to create. And I hope that our fans know that they are part of something much larger, as are we, and it's really because of all of them that we still get to be here and do that. And so we live with endless gratitude towards our fans and our audience, and it's something that we always want to pay forward and show our appreciation and live a life that expresses that love and appreciation to them, because without them it's not sustainable to do this.
Yeah.
For us to be able to have a career, doing what we love, to sell these records, to be able to make this music, to be able to do what we do. It's all because of them. And we can't thank them enough. And we hope that they know how much we appreciate them. And we'll continue to do this for ourselves and for them every chance that we get moving forward, and know that it's 100% us. This is our everything, and we appreciate all of them so much.
Oh, we feel it and we love you guys just as much. And I hope you feel that too when you're up there. The
Absolutely.
That's awesome. The analogy you used of family, like and community, is really great. I have to say, from a fan's perspective, being in the crowd at one of your shows, I feel safe. And there have been
Thank
some
you so
bands,
much.
yeah, there's been some bands that I've been to and not felt that way. And it doesn't feel like a community, but definitely, yeah, you guys,
Sure.
and
Well,
it
thank you.
feels,
That's what we took from our favorite bands, and we could only hope that we don't have to go too far out of our way to achieve
yeah,
that, because it comes from the music and it comes from the intent, and our intent is pure and it's honest, and it's not bullshit. It's we're just sharing our experiences as humans in hopes that everyone else can feel that level of seen and safety that we feel from our audience, and from our favorite bands. And we just hope that people can take that away from our live shows. So when we come out there in May, we hope everyone comes out. Get your tickets early. It really, from the buzz this has been creating, it really feels like this is going to be a special time out there. So get your tickets early before the shows sell out.
yes.
And we're going to be bringing songs from our whole discography, all your favorites, some of our favorites, some of the new music, and it's going to be just an electric night of awesome music and celebration of community and of family and of this community that we've been building for such a long time, and that this alternative music can build. And we just feel so fortunate to be a part of it, and we cannot wait to get out there.
Oh, we're so, so excited. Valentino, thank you so much for your time today. I could have
Of
spoken to
course.
you
Thank
for
you.
hours. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Hey, me too. It's not enough time, these 30-minute like little
It's
windows,
not.
but I appreciate your time
You
definitely,
too.
and looking forward to seeing you guys out at a show.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All righty, you too. Take care.